Hi everyone, here's a quick video on what questions to ask when you're going into an Akashic session with somebody. A lot of practitioners work very, very differently within the Akashic records. Those practitioners sometimes specialize in certain kind of like areas. So for example, the co-author, Kellyanne Vass, the co-author of the Octopus Method. She's an Akashic Records coach. I have some students that work in Feng Shui, and they use Feng Shui as a way of working within the Akashic Records. I work in the Akashic Records on a business sense, on an ancestral healing sense, on a healing in general sense. And I also teach the Akashic Records because I feel it's a tool that empowers us to actually access information from our soul's blueprint. But here are a few questions that you can ask going into your session, whoever you have attracted into your life. So one of the good questions to ask is about limiting beliefs. Now, we are only limited by our perceptions and our beliefs. Sometimes these beliefs are inherited, sometimes they are learned, sometimes they are subconscious. And I hope that they're subconscious, because once they become conscious, it is an opportunity to help us to grow and expand, to learn, to let go of them. And this is why this is a very good question to ask. Another question also related to those limiting beliefs is, what patterns am I working through at the moment? And, some of us tend to date the same jerk over and over and over again, or we find ourselves back in the same place again. And we're like, how did I land here yet again? And I'll tell you why. Is because we keep creating the same scenarios, the same situations. We keep living out these subconscious patterns that need to be looked at. Now, patterns are amazing because they really are opportunities to grow and expand. The only thing is that once you know that you have a pattern, to repeat it again is a choice. Okay, so we need to take responsibility for our actions. So look at what patterns do you need to be made aware of in order to, expand and step forward in your life. Another one is past lives. This is a question that I get asked all the time is, what was I in a past lifetime? Now, these are great and they are fun, but it's better to ask what past lifetime is influencing this lifetime. When I start tapping into past lifetimes, we'll start to see similarities from a past lifetime to what you are going through at this moment. Sometimes the people in the situation are a bit reversed, but sometimes we end up getting the information that helps us. So for example, if your husband was your father or your wife was your mother in your past lifetime, she might have some of the same traits in that lifetime in this lifetime. And perhaps in this lifetime, you've come to really take care of each other and have that equal relationship rather than what, a mothering or a fathering relationship was. So sometimes looking into those past lifetimes help you to understand what you're going through now in this time. But I will create a video just on past lives because there's so much there that can be used, but sometimes it's really, really interesting. Another good question that I like to ask about past lives is, where was I great at something that I'm trying to achieve in this lifetime? Because you can still tap into that energetic frequency, and that will help you in this lifetime too. Another question that is good to ask is, what is my contractual agreement or a deal that I've made with X, Y, and Z? Now, we tend to make contracts with our parents, with our siblings, with our children, with our employers, with the people that we come to see, our teachers in life. So asking, what is that contract that I have with X, Y, and Z person is quite enlightening. A good question to ask as well is, how do I connect with my guides? it's always good to really start to build that relationship with your guides. And if you're not down the journey yet where you can see them and communicate with them, have the Akashic practitioner connect to your soul's blueprint, and they will be able to reveal that. What is the blocks that are preventing me from stepping into my highest potential? Now, it comes along with the limiting beliefs. So what are the blocks around love? What are the blocks around abundance? What are the blocks around relationships? What are the blocks around whatever it is that you're kind of like struggling to do? Ask, what is the block around that? Which is great. And at the same merit, you can also ask, how do I resolve X, Y, and Z issue? So a lot of the times the Akashic records will give you suggestions. They'll never tell you what to do, but they'll give you suggestions of how to perhaps approach different situations that will help to help you be successful in that, or that are in alignment with your soul's purpose. Okay. I have a whole module dedicated to healing, but you can ask your Akashic Records practitioner, what healing do I need? Is it physical? Is it mental? Is it emotional? Is it spiritual? Is it etheric? Like, how am I doing health-wise? That is a great question to ask. And please note that unless they are a medical doctor, these are just suggestions. Look up Edgar Cayce. He had a grade 6 kind of education, and he had a lot of medical things that he downloaded that are still relevant even today. But please note that unless your practitioner is an actual doctor, that you should always check the information out with a Western doctor as well. Another question you could ask is, how do I step into my power? A lot of the times we are afraid to step out there. We're afraid to step into our expansion. So ask, what can I do to step into my power? Another question that you can ask is, what am I good at? Sometimes we know what we're good at, and sometimes it comes to us so naturally that we're unaware of what we're good at. And sometimes hearing it from somebody else is really great to hear. What is my purpose? This is a big question that I get asked all the time. And purpose is a very, very big question. And a lot of people ask me, am I on my purpose? Am I in alignment with that purpose? So that is a good question to ask. When it comes to the future, asking future questions, it is important to note that when we create our soul's blueprint, we create every possibility and every probability based on the decisions that we make. So when a practitioner is looking into the future, there are a few possibilities that they can look into based on where you are in this moment, based on possible decisions that you can make in this moment in time. So always note, there's not only one future possibility, but there are many. So it is great to meet with an Akashic practitioner. If you have 2, 3, 4 options, or even if you don't have any, they will help you to make suggestions as to which direction to go in. Now, the Akashic Records works best in giving you background information, or what I like to call soul-informed information, so that you can base your decisions on moving forward. So those are only a few of the questions that you can ask your practitioner. You can get specific, or you can be broad, but definitely have something ready so that you get the most out of your session when you do visit the practitioner, the Akashic practitioner, when you do go. I hope that this was helpful. Subscribe to the channel, like this, share this. If anybody that you know is going for one that you think that this might help. Have a wonderful, wonderful day, and I'll see you soon.